What's up guys, Scott here from Chernobyl Studios, and today I have a really awesome drum library that we're going to look at from Panda Sound. If you've been waiting for a new set of deathcore or death metal, modern sounding, hard hitting drum samples, then this is going to be the drum library for you. So let's jump into Cubase, check out the demonstration track that I came up with really quick, and then let's dive into the details. All right, so that is Mankind Grief, as you can see here from Panda Sound. Let's go ahead and check out their store page. So here's the Mankind Grief kit page, currently on introductory price of $40, but $50 is still also quite affordable. So this is a deathcore drum library for Kontakt, Slate Trigger, and Perfect Drums Player. Now, Perfect Drums Player, this is something new that Panda Sound have been doing lately. They've been converting all of their drum libraries to be compatible with the Perfect Drums Player, which is very good news because Perfect Drums Player is free. All right. Now, if we go down here, look at the requirements with the Native Instruments Kontakt. Unfortunately, you need the full version of Kontakt, but you can use it in the 15-minute demo mode. I've got a video. You can check it in the cards how to get around these 15-minute demo mode restrictions. Now, if you're wondering why, people like Panda Sound just can't allow you to use their product in the Kontakt free player, this basically boils down to the fact that Native Instruments charges a licensing fee in the multiple thousands of dollars for people to allow their instrument to be used in the Kontakt free player. So for smaller companies like Panda Sound, that's just really not viable. So that is why a lot of these great drum library samples and software require a full version of Kontakt. So try to be a bit more understanding and a bit more patient with that. However, Panda Sound, like I said, have been proactive. They have started to transfer and make all of their samples compatible with the Perfect Drums free player. And all this basically is this is essentially a sample loader, right? You can load samples into this interface right here, and you'll be able to use it like a completely full kit resource. So it's completely free. You can download it at this site here. So if you don't want to use Kontakt, you can use the Perfect Drums Player. There are a couple benefits actually to the Perfect Drums Player, in my opinion, over the Kontakt player, over the Kontakt instrument. But honestly, those are personal things. Both of them are going to be good choices for you. A lot of kit information. You can see what was exactly used, what mics were used, how they recorded it. It's important to understand stuff like this so that you know what you're getting into, so that you can understand what kind of sounds are typical for a genre that you're trying to work in. So advanced DSP, multiple output routing is very easy to do. I'll show you how to do that. Built-in humanizer works well, but custom key mapping and mapping presets. I really like this one. In fact, let's jump right back into Cubase and let's go over that. So as you can see, the interface is small, compact, easy to use, easy to read, and I particularly really like that. We have some companies right now that are just creating these ginormous Kontakt interfaces they load slowly. They're not very comfortable to use on smaller resolutions and smaller monikers. So I really like that Panda Sound is sticking with this nice, compact, easy to read interface. So the preset mapping. So if we go to map here, not only can we just do whatever mapping we want to do, so if we're going to use like an E-kit or something, we can choose key map presets, and we have every major mapping library software right here, from Perfect Drums to Panda Sound's version. Now this is very convenient because, you know, I started programming drums a long time ago, more than 15 years ago. I got very used to the general MIDI layout of drum programming. And when I started to get into Kontakt libraries and things like that, I started to understand, like, oh my God, everyone has their own version of a drum map. It's really annoying. And none of them made like drum map presets, and even some of them didn't even tell you what the drum map was. So it's very convenient that they have every major drum map that most people, 99% of the population, are using. And like I say, if you're not using one of these presets, it's very easy to set up your own preset here. It's just a matter of a click of the button, and it's very fast, very simple, very easy. For the samples themselves, you can process them and customize them even more right here in the interface. I didn't touch any of this. I thought they sounded great just the way they came, so I didn't touch anything here. Let's go back to here. So here's the main mixer page. Self-explanatory, right? And here is actually how you can do multiple output routing. In Cubase, it's really, really simple actually. I just open the VST instruments page here, and I can just click my outputs and I can enable how many channels I want. Cubase automatically routes that. And then in Kontakt, I just select the channel that I want for whatever instrument, and I have a multiple output routing configuration. It's very simple. Here we have some faders too that allow us to, you know, work on the samples going into the DAW. I have everything panned LCR or 50%, and then I have done a little bit of volume shaping here just to go into the DAW so I can do a little bit less work in the DAW. So that's literally the instrument. It's very simple. Another cool thing they've done is they have labeled all the instruments here, and they have color coded everything. So, you know, your kick, I mean, you're going to know what the kick is because you know what it sounds like. But it's cool that they have actually labeled this as kick. This comes very handy when trying to figure out, you know, what hi-hat articulations you might want to use. So we have 4 different hi-hat articulations, and I thought this was the open hi-hat. Until I got in here and I realized, nope, this is the open hi-hat. This is the semi-open hi-hat, so it's very convenient. Plus it's yellow, so when I'm looking at this, I go, oh, all right, that's my hi-hat. These are obviously toms. All right. These are crash cymbals. But so everything is written here. It's very easy to use, very convenient, right? Quite nice. So let's solo this up here, and let's look at what I did processing-wise in the DAW with these drum samples. Not much. Basically just shaping with EQ to get more of a sound that I want to hear to help them fit in the mix a little better. So nothing at all out of the ordinary. You know, when it comes to drum samples and drum libraries in general, guys, you don't need to be processing them very much. So all of those tips and tricks that you're reading online from like CLA and all these other folks who are saying like you need to crush drums with compressors, yeah, real drums that you've recorded yourself with real microphones. Drum sample libraries that are pre-processed, just EQ and maybe a little bit of compression like I've done on the kick here, a little bit, and then a clipper. Those are basically the 3 things that you're only really going to need. So just EQ, again, EQ on the overheads. Okay, so the overheads, I just wanted to use as cymbals, basically. I didn't want any drum shells in the overheads because I liked the room channel more for shell tone. So that's how I got the sound that I have. And then this all gets bussed into here, and it just goes through the Joel Wanasek bus glue compressor. And that's literally it. So you can hear they're very hard hitting, very processed, very modern sounding. Going to be perfect for deathcore or death metal. So that's the Kontakt kit. Let's show you the Perfect Drums player. Let's open this here. Now I have never used a Perfect Drums player before because I didn't have a need. So I actually downloaded the Perfect Drums player here and checked it out. And it's really cool because everything here is loaded for you individually. And in a way, you have a lot more control with your cymbals than you would with the Kontakt instrument, because you can actually change the volume of each individual cymbal in the overhead, as well as directly with the hi-hat. But if you find that your ride cymbal is maybe a little bit too loud, you can just bring it down, and in the overheads the balance will change. So that's one of the cool things about the Perfect Drum Player, actually. The only thing that I found with the Perfect Drum Player is that I needed to change some of the key mappings, because again, I was using the general MIDI. I think the key mapping here is Perfect Drums Player. I don't really know, to be honest with you, but it's not a big deal. Literally, you open global mappings and you just click and you select it. So it's again very simple, very easy, and you can do it once and you can save it, because these are all saved here in the kit designer. You can just save it. Not a big deal at all. So everything here is loaded up. Now the one thing that you need to keep in mind is that when you load everything in the Perfect Drum sampler, you are going to miss out a little bit on the extra processing that it's done in the Kontakt instrument. So specifically the rooming overheads. So the rooming overheads are missing in the way that they are in Kontakt. So if we were to, let me play this. So here are the drums in Kontakt again. All right, now here are the drums in the Perfect Drums Player. I'm actually going to disable the room that I had created. So here are the samples straight into Perfect Drums Player. All right, so you can hear really dry. They're all like in your face. So you have to create space for them. You have to put them in a room. I just did it really quick and easy on the same channel here. So that's a room channel. In the best case scenario, you want to have that as an aux or a bus, and then run all of these samples through that channel, and then also create an overheads channel and reverb, and do some processing to put all these things in space. So there'd be a little bit extra work for the Perfect Drums Player in that aspect, but again, it's completely free. All right, you don't have to use Kontakt, so the trade-off might be perfectly fine for you. You'll also notice, by the way, that I did absolutely zero processing with the Perfect Drums Player version. Nothing is happening here. I just didn't feel like processing them because I used the Kontakt version. But you can see how good they sound. These are, again, completely dry. I did zero processing on these. There you go. So zero processing. They are definitely mix ready. They are definitely going to make your deathcore or death metal music pop. For the rest of the mix, nothing special at all. Of course, I had to use Panda bass with this particular song because we're using Panda drums, so we have to definitely pair those. I'm doing quad tracked with a Mesa 3 channel and then an HM2. Just wanted to get some nice grindy guitar tones. Nothing going submix, just I think an EQ and the Joel Wanasek mix glue. I'm gonna do a video about the Joel Wanasek stuff, trust me. And then just really basic mastering chain, multi-band into a limiter. That's it. Nothing out of the ordinary. And that's pretty much the end of the video, guys. I mean, it's a nice and simple, easy instrument to use. The drum samples sound awesome, of course. So if you're looking for something for deathcore or death metal, this is definitely an option that you will want to check out. All right, so Panda Sound, thank you so much for the review copy. I was happy to do this video. If you guys don't know, Panda Sound have been very supportive of my channel for many years. So it was very easy for me to do this video, and I was happy to do it. So guys, that'll do it for this video. Please hit like, subscribe, and tell me what you think about these drum samples in the comments below. All right. That'll do it for me, guys. See you in the next video. Have a good one.